Air Mobility Command Museum is dedicated to military airlift and air refueling aircraft and the men and women who flew and maintained them. It has the largest and most complete collection of fully restored U.S. military cargo and tanker aircraft in the eastern United States and is located about half a mile south of Dover Air Force Base. The mission of the museum is to collect, preserve, and exhibit the artifacts and human stories significant to the development and employment of military airlift and air refueling in the United States Air Force and the United States Army Air Force, as well as to portray the history of Dover Air Force Base. The museum is home to a number of significant vintage aircraft from a variety of eras and major commands. Additionally, the museum houses a complete set of all significant Lockheed airlifters used by the Air Force and Army since World War II. This is the Douglas C-47 Skytrain or Dakota. It is a military transport aircraft developed from the civilian Douglas DC-3 airliner. This aircraft was used extensively by the Allies during World War II and remains in frontline service with various military operators. In addition to the aircraft and non-aircraft collections, the museum has a few other notable attractions. These include a flight simulator, commemoration park outside the museum building, and the retired control tower cab, which served as Dover Air Force Base's control tower from 1956 to 2009. This is the H43 Husky. It is a helicopter with intermeshing rotors used by the United States Air Force and the United States Navy from the 1950s until the 1970s, mainly used for aircraft firefighting and rescue in the close vicinity of air bases, but was later used for short-range overland search and rescue aircraft during the Vietnam War. The McDonnell Douglas C9 is a military version of the McDonnell Douglas DC-9 airliner. It was produced as a C9A Nightingale for the United States Air Force and the C9B Skytrain II for the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps. The Lockheed C141 Starlifter is a military strategic airlifter that was introduced to replace the slower propeller-driven cargo planes such as the C124 Globemaster II and the C133 Cargomaster. The C141 was designed to requirements set in 1960 and first flew in 1963. The aircraft remained in service for over 40 years until the United States Air Force withdrew the last of the C141s from service in 2006. This is the Convair F-106A Delta Dart. Once based at Dover Air Force Base with the 95th Fighter Interceptor Squadron, it became a target drone and is now one of only 6 aircraft to survive the program. The Macdonald F-101B Voodoo was a supersonic jet fighter which was initially designed by Macdonald Aircraft as a long-range bomber escort for the Strategic Air Command. The Voodoo was instead developed as a nuclear-armed fighter bomber for the Tactical Air Command and as a photo reconnaissance aircraft based on the same airframe. The Lockheed C-130 Hercules is an American 4-engine turboprop military transport aircraft. The versatile airframe has found uses in a variety of other roles, including as a gunship, airborne assault, search and rescue, scientific research support, weather reconnaissance, aerial refueling, maritime patrol, and aerial firefighting. It is now the main tactical airlifter for many military forces worldwide. This is the C123 Provider. It is an American military transport aircraft designed for the U.S. Air Force. In addition to its military service with the Air Force, it also went on to serve with the U.S. Coast Guard. During the war in Vietnam, the C-123 was used to deliver supplies, to evacuate the wounded, and to also spray Agent Orange. The Boeing KC97 Strato freighter is a United States strategic tanker aircraft based on the Boeing C97 Strato freighter. It was succeeded by the Boeing KC135 Strato tanker. The Lockheed C-5 Galaxy is a large military transport aircraft. Originally designed and built by Lockheed, it provides the United States Air Force with a heavy intercontinental range strategic airlift capability, one that can carry outsized and oversized loads, including all air certifiable cargo. The C-5 is among the largest military aircraft in the world. Unstable. Been here 100 years, but it's unstable. Woo!
Well, that's a lot. Yeah. Right here. The example.
Yeah.
It's okay. She's like, I'm independent.
Yeah.
It's okay.
She's seen what you did. She's not going to do that.